Hello and welcome to Scott's Garage. You know, if you're like me, you like a good steak now and then. I mean, it's not good to eat all the time, red meat and all that. It's not that good for you, but I do like it, and sometimes I do have a good steak. And the importance of any good steak is getting it cooked just right. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. People do it by touch and by other kinds of thermometers or whatever. But what I use is I use my meat thermometer. And the one that I use here is my old Pyrex. I've had it for many, many years, and it works great, and I love it. Then I was given this. Comes with a base station. It's called a salter, and it comes with a base station and this thing with a belt clip. You can carry it around, which is pretty nice. So the base station just stays near the barbecue. The probe goes into the meat. I can walk around with this, and when my preset time temperature is reached, it will beep and let me know. Cool, I really like it. Now I do want to acknowledge that this one also has a beep feature, and it's pretty loud. I set it, and when it gets to the temperature, it beeps. It's pretty loud, and pretty much anywhere that I am in the house. I mean, the house isn't that big, and if I've got the door open and this is by the barbecue, I can hear it. I don't really need to carry this around. But I guess one of the good sides is that I don't have to get up and go check on the barbecue to see like what temperature it is at. It may not be at the temperature ultimately that I want it, but it might be getting there and I want to see how it's doing, or maybe it's not getting there and I want to change something. Where this one, I can just kind of keep an eye on it all the time and see the temperature rising up without getting off the couch and missing any of the big game or the plays or whatever that is. On the other hand, it is kind of a good idea to get up off the couch, go check your barbecue, make sure it's not engulfed in flames and your steak is ruined, and everything's going right. So I can kind of see like pros and cons to both of them. But let me show you the problem that I'm having. Man, I don't know whether you can hear that, but it is pouring down rain outside. Okay, so here's my problem. I have these two. I'm pretty sure that this is the right probe for this one. It matches the color, and this one kind of matches this color. And the two probes have been sitting there on the workbench, and the workbench has had plenty of time to get to the ambient temperature. It's been sitting in this garage for about 10 years, so I think it's at ambient temperature. So I have 59 degrees on this one. And if you want to check the weather, look here. And you can see that it's 59 degrees outside, which the garage isn't insulated or heated, so it's the same temperature outside as it is inside. And then inside, I probably can't read that too well, but that says right around 60. So that's, 59, 60. This one says it's 70 degrees. So it's about 10 degrees hotter than I think it really should be. And I saw this when I was cooking a steak. It was like all of a sudden it was like at 140 degrees, and I was like, what in the world? It was just supposed to be like 125, maybe 130. It was just going to be just perfect. And it told me it was way overcooked, like 140. And I didn't believe it. I took the steak off, I cut it, it was perfect. Because at 140, and then let it rest, the steak's going to cook all the way through. It's going to be brown all the way through. But this wasn't. It was pink all the way through. It was perfect. So I know this one doesn't work very well. So you say, well, why don't you just throw this one away and keep using this one? Well, this one was given to me as a gift, and I like to use it if I can. One of the things I tried is I tried taking this probe, which I think works perfectly, and put it into this one, and it gave me some pretty crazy readings. It says it's 32F. So I don't think that this probe is calibrated for this one. And so I think I can just kind of turn this off maybe unplug this and put it aside. I think this one works perfectly, and it will be just fine if that's what I want to use. But let's see how expensive this thing was. I checked on Amazon, and it's a little hard to tell exactly like what price this was. I think it was probably between $30 and $40. I mean, there's some that are $20, and there's some that are $90. There's some that are really cool. It just has like a meat probe with, it's completely wireless. There's nothing attached to this probe, and then you just carry around this thing. It's like just this part with nothing, and you put that in, and this communicates with this. And I'm like, dang, that's pretty cool. Those were like the $90 ones. So I don't think this was all that expensive, but I don't know. Let's take it apart and see if we can't find some sort of adjustment somewhere. Now I realize that the base kind of communicates with this thing, but I don't really see any way that the base comes apart. I think that's kind of a sealed deal. So let me try to take this apart and see if we can find any way to adjust it. I can take the batteries out of this, and there's no real like screws or anything like that to take this apart. I don't see any kind of a reset. That's for the probe. I don't see any reset, so I don't know. This thing feels pretty light without the batteries. I don't think there's much in there. Anyway, so let's turn this off. Let's take this clip off and the batteries out. Now I did see that there was a small little hole here. If you can see where it's a little boogered up, because I was like pressing it with a paper clip to see if I could like get it to reset, and it would like be going around and around and like resetting and all that, and no, nothing seemed to happen. No matter how much I pushed, pulled, turned, whatever. I know maybe there's some little screw in there, but let's take off this back and see maybe if we can get this. I mean, if it's not reading the right temperature, it's really no good to me. I mean, I suppose that I could just say, well, oh, it's fine. It's, I could calculate how much it's off, but I don't know whether it's like a logarithmic scale of off, or is it exactly always just 10 degrees off? It's kind of hard to tell. So I'd rather have something that worked properly, that at least I could adjust it so it does work properly. I mean, I guess that's kind of like a pretty bold statement that they just make something and think, oh, we don't need any way to adjust it because it's never going to be off. I mean, I've never adjusted the Pyrex, and it's always seemed to be right on. So, okay, so a whole bunch of screws just fell out. I guess that I got them taken out the right way. And then this is, I think, in that hole. Oh, wow. This almost looks broken or something. Oh, it's tilted a little bit. Oh, hey, there's a little... Oh, I can almost see like there's a screw in there. Huh. It says plus. Doesn't seem like this turns. But would this turn in here? Could I just use the paper clip, but not really. Something clicked. Shoot, I don't know. Okay, so I took off these 4 screws there and took the circuit board off and looked at it and checked at the switch and checked the other side, and I really can't see anything that's adjustable. other than this thing right here, which has a plus on it. So my idea is, I think I'm just gonna like grind the top off of that, the plastic, so I can get a look inside. I tried kind of prying that thing off, but I didn't have any luck. So let's see how this works. Hey, that's pretty cool. Huh. I don't know what this is. I'm sure there's people that know electronic stuff out there that are screaming like, you're doing the wrong thing. But this isn't any good to me anyway, that it doesn't work correctly, so I don't really care if I ruin it or not. I don't know what this is. I don't know. Thought maybe there'd be a screw in there and I could adjust it. Well, I think we might have a failed project here, because I don't know what else to do. And I looked a little bit on the internet, like troubleshooting or how to calibrate it, and there was like scientists with graduated cylinders and thermometers telling you how to calibrate things, like, and it's like, no, I just need to know what to turn on this to make it go the right way, and I couldn't find that. So anyway, if anybody has knowledge on that, please comment down below. Thanks for watching.